Thank you, Mr. C. And I guess I must be an old fart because sure, that's what she was talking about, an old Indian fart. My name is Joseph, actually. I'm from London, and I've lived in England for about 50 years. So it's a long time. I don't think there's anybody over 50 here. But things were way different in those days. And I'll never forget my first day of school. Now, I was a new kid, and it was May, so I was a new kid in class. And I walked into the class, and somebody said, "Look, it's Indian Joe." And that was the teacher. So everybody laughed, you know. And I sat down, but I was like confused. You know, how did they figure out, just by taking one look at me, that my name was Joe? But I found out that all the kids, Indian kids in the school, were called Indian Joe. All three of us. And two of us were girls. So, anyway, that was my first lesson in the British school in racism. I was really grateful, you know, that my parents called me Joseph, because some Indian kids had names that just didn't work in this country. Like I was working with this guy once, and his name was Ashit Shah. That's spelled A-S-H-I-T. His proper name, Shah. So I just imagine his first day in school, doing the register, teacher. Which one of you is a shit Shah? You're a shit? Yes. I'm sure we'll soon find out whether you are. Now, he was married to this really lovely girl called Becky. So can you imagine the wedding day? Do you, Becky, take a shit to be your lawful wedded husband? You know. Well, you know, he quit. He quit the job and we left. And he said to me, when I asked him, I said, "Why are you quitting?" He actually said, you know, it was a shit job. So I've done lots of different jobs in my life. I spent the last 15 years in working in mental health. Anybody work in mental health here? Thank heavens for that, because they're all very PC in mental health, you see. And I've met a lot of crazy people who've done a lot of crazy things. And that was just the staff. So there's one group of people that I've come across, and I'll tell you about them in a minute. But I just want to know, there's a country of dog lovers, right? So you all love dogs, yeah? No? Most people love dogs in England, come on. And this group of people are well, they're not dog lovers really, they're very rare in mental health. The deluded do-gooder, right? And I came across one of these when I was in India. I was sitting in a taxi, and early morning, you know, whizzing down the road, and I just saw this huge sign which said maddogstrust.org. And I thought, what the fuck is that? You know, Mad Dogs Trust. And I said to the taxi driver, "Do you know about that?" And he said, "Oh, sir, English lady from the UK came here. She's catching all these dogs from the street and putting them in there. She is what you call in England, you know, barking mad." So this was messing with my head, you know, because I'm thinking, Mad Dogs Trust, what is, you know, it's a country which has got 1/3 of the deaths from rabies, right? And there's loads of stray dogs all over the place, and nobody goes near them because you could get rabies, right? So I Googled it, and I'd suggest that you all do this because it's real. The Facebook page is amazing because they say, on it, we accept everything from a chicken to a buffalo. And I'm thinking, what the fuck? You just discriminated against elephants. Yeah, and they've got other things like, we like to have volunteers, but we don't charge you to be a volunteer here. Fuck, what do? Give free tickets, to volunteer to look after mad dogs? But so there's another one on there, which is stray dogs need food, good food, but they're too humble to ask for the money to buy it. Feed a stray dog today. I mean, it's for real. What the hell is it? It's a Hindu country, and the stray dogs are Buddhists. So, so anyway, as you can imagine, with a name like that, and the pages which have got dogs, it's actually something like the Dog Trust, except those poor little mutts that are on there were unwanted, but they're even more unwanted now because they're in the Mad Dogs Trust. So anyway, the whole thing is a failure, and the lady, it's failed, yeah, but the Facebook site is still there, and I'd suggest you go and have a look at it. And have a laugh, because there's a lot more comments on there. Weird, deluded do-gooders. So she went back, as my taxi driver would have said, with the tail between the legs. So I'm Joseph, and thank you all for listening.